We're going to have a little Q&A. And at the risk of sounding redundant, please make your answers genuine.
RBR Short Films 13. Cool question, man. Gotta go with the kiddies. Those are my boys. That's Jason and Michael. So, you know. There's other ladies on the list other than Danielle, by the way. She's just the top. Alright. FTW718. What's going on, bro? Zero, I see that you'll be writing Dolo. Translate into the word solo in New York City slang. Oh, okay. Yep, I'm writing Dolo. Which brings me to my question. Are there any horror classics that you would have liked to seen filmed and based with the oh-so-peaceful, haha, peaceful my ass, borough of the Bronx? You know, I was hoping in Jason Takes Manhattan that it would be set in, like, you know, the rougher part of New York. Not Queens or any of that. The Bronx is the top of my list. I was like, Jason Rumble in the Bronx. That would be badass. But no. So, when they did Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan, I was really hoping he would be, like, in an iconic neighborhood such as the Bronx. Or it's got to be the Bronx. I can't think of a rougher, tougher area of New York. But he was in Manhattan, so what can you do? Alright. And a quick note about a killer intro. I'm going to hook you guys up, but I want to take my time on it and make it something like you guys have never seen before. Well, I wait with great anticipation. That's from FTW718. Chris, excellent question, man. I don't think it's too late. I think we can still have a horror movie that's based in the Bronx. Maybe you should start getting your wheels turning there. You know, don't be Dolo on it. See, I'm a quick learner. Okay. Dom Movie Guy. Now, if you guys get a chance, look for his video response. He does the funniest Don Vito impression that I've ever heard, ever. So, kind of check in our video responses and see if you can hunt it down, because it's funny. The dude sounds just like him. It's great. Great, great, great. Alright, Don Movie Guy, killer questions. Why do you hate the Nightmare on Elm Street remake? I like it. Why don't you? Well, if you jumped off a bridge, I'm not jumping behind you. If I can bring that old school thing. Second of all, the reason I don't like it is because it's a remake. Flat out, period, the end. That's all there is to it. I mean, if you like it, cool, great, you know. That's all on you. Me, moral principles alone, I'm not going to do it. It's something I've already seen. And from what I've been hearing, you know, it was rough enough to be a Freddy fan when he was a child killer. Now he's a full-blown child rapist. I got boys. And I'll tell you this right now. If Freddy would have molested my kids, he would have been more than burned. He would have been he would have gone through that fucking the juicer thing that they advertise at 3 o'clock in the morning on paid commercials. So that's one reason I don't like it. One, it's not Robert Englund. Two, I've already seen A Nightmare on Elm Street, the originals, and I respect them, but I'm not really a fan of them to begin with. I chose a side. My side is Jason. The end. And it's a remake. And Platinum Dunes fucked up Friday the 13th. I knew they were going to fuck up A Nightmare on Elm Street, and they did. I mean, if you like it, cool. Great. You know, we still on the same team, but I'm not doing remakes. How do you think the Jaws 3D remake is going to be? Again, I've seen Jaws 3D when they're in Orlando at SeaWorld. I've seen it. Louis Gossett Jr., Dennis Quaid, Leah Thompson. I've seen it. I've seen Jaws 3D. To remake Jaws, You mean to tell me Steven Spielberg didn't do good enough? See, again, principle. No remakes. If I was a famous film director and I sent you a message that was directing a all-new Jason film and I needed writers, had free will to do whatever you want. Oh, have free will to do whatever you want. But the only thing is you have to fly to Canada. Would you do it? Hell yes. I know Jamie would too. If you're the director and you're like, I got an all-new Jason film, it's not a remake, it's not a sequel to the remake, I need writers, can you guys do it? Need you to fly to Canada. What's up? You guys down? Hell yes, we're down. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Alright. Again, check out Don Movie Guy's Don Vito impression, because it's hilarious. If you can't find it, I think it's under Don Vito Halloween. Just put in that and you should be able to find it. Alright, Columbus Diner. Live from underneath. Have you ever been or heard of the Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky? I've heard of it. I would love to go to it because it has George Romero, Danielle Harris, Tom Atkins, Danny Trejo, Derek Mears, Kane Hodder, and many, many more are going to be this November. See, I can't make it. My son's birthday's in November. I got to use the money for Christmas presents. So I would love to go to that. And I have heard of the Scarefest, but not going to be able to make it, man. Sorry. All right. I wish I could, man. That sounds like a good lineup, too. All right. Just Twisted. Happy Halloween, bro. Happy Halloween to you. If you had 3 wishes, what would you wish? And no Danielle Harris. Well, all right. If I had 3 wishes, have my own movie company, have my wish list of sniper rifles, and that my kids make it. You know what I mean? Like, nothing but well wishes on 3 wishes: my own movie company, my stash of sniper rifles, and a shitload of money. Then I could take care of everything myself. Alright. Your favorite funny Halloween moment? Well, like I said before, I had this tradition of stalking the sorority houses on Halloween weekends and just scaring the crap out of their drunk asses. There's this one time. I was over at the sorority houses, decked out in my horror gear, custom horror gear, so it wasn't like, oh, look, it's Jason. No, it was custom. And the guy gets out of the car. He's going to the bushes to take a leak. And these are the bushes I'm hiding in. Now, not to be peed on, I busted out of those bushes and I took a swipe right by his waistline. And he actually thought that I cut his junk off, and he's running and holding his crotch and just tripping over parking blocks and everything. And he's like, he cut my dick off, because he was peeing in his hand. And he thought it was blood. It was great. And then he goes up, and then she was like, move your hand, let me see. And he moves his hand, and he pees all over her. I about died laughing. That was the greatest Halloween scare in the history of Halloween scares. There was other times when I was working at haunted houses and I scared people, but nothing compares to that, because it wasn't a haunted house. I was stalking the sorority houses, messing with these drunk Halloween people, and just doing that swipe by there, and he grabs it and he's peeing all over himself. Dude, it doesn't get any better than that. Okay, what would you like to see Horror from the Grave do in the next year or two? A tighter graveyard, a tighter community of killers, having an impact in the horror world, making horror movies, collaborating horror movies, having the call-in feature so we can actually talk to the killers and everything. And, yeah, pretty much, just maybe some Horror from the Grave t-shirts that we can give away and everything, because I really don't want to, Jamie's probably going to disagree with this, but I don't want to sell anything. I just don't. I don't want to sell a thing. I don't want to make money off of this horror thing that we got going. You know what I mean? I don't want your money. I just want I want your loyalty and I want your souls, but I don't want your money. And so, you know, I'd like for us to have shirts and stuff like that that we can just give away to killers and stuff like that. I just want it to be tighter and tighter and tighter to where we become such a dominating force in horror that other people can't ignore us anymore. They can't ignore the horror fans. Think of it as like a horror tea party, if I could sum it up like that. So Just Twisted, always good to talk to you, bro. And he also gives us a warning that a new saga starts next week when the Mad Hatter is back. So we got that to look forward to. Alright, Raider Nation Cali. Do you guys like the Prowler? Aren't some of them kill scenes realistic looking? Hell yes. Love the Prowler. Jamie, do you know any other stuff that these guys have made that you recommended? Do you guys recommend any Prowler-like movies that maybe slipped us killers by? You know, besides your usual 13 movies and Madman, The Burning. I want something that maybe might have slipped by me and I haven't seen yet. Any suggestions? Motel Hell, Night of the Scarecrow. The Burning's good. The Prowler's good. What else might have slipped through? Maniac, maybe. I don't know if you've seen that. Pretty much any 80s horror movie, you're gonna be good, man. I'm trying to think of that one. That dude. The tagline is "Buddy has an axe to grind," but I can't remember the name of the movie right off the tip of my head. So if anyone remembers that, put it in the comments to help Raider Nation Cali out. I just remember the tagline is "Buddy has an axe to grind." He's a big burly motherfucker and it's bad. Slumber Party Massacres, Sleepaway Camps. Pretty much, if you could Google 80s horror and just see something that comes up that catches your eye that maybe you missed, that'd be the best way I can do it, because I don't know what you've seen or haven't seen, but those ones I suggested are all pretty damn good. I like them. I don't know if that helps, but so there you go. That is the end of the killer questions. Next week, Jamie Myers will be back. I just want to say that it has been downright nerve-wracking to do this all by myself. I hope I did all right, and I hope some messages got through and you know where we're really coming from now. And there's lots more to come. Lots more, and me and Jamie are going to totally update you guys on next week's episode, tell you where we're going, what we're getting, how it's happening. The horror movie we're going to shoot, we're going to have that coming. So as always, keep your blades sharp, and you're either with us or against us. Like I said, I've said it many a times, I could have 4 subscribers, I could have 4,000 subscribers, and if those 4 subscribers are down for original horror and taking the industry back, then that's all I need. And I just hope it turns out that way. So again, thanks for all the killer questions. Keep them coming. Again, send your killer questions into the inbox. That way we can find them. If they're somewhere else, they're hard to find. Like if you put them in the comments, sometimes there'll be so many comments that it just flushes it out and we miss it. So make sure your killer questions go to the inbox. And we'll see you guys next week. Again, have a killer Halloween. And we'll see you on the flip side with a homicide.